work so hard. They bend over all day. We don't have too many people can do that, but they work very hard. And because we don't want to do it where we take all of the workers off the farms. We're working on legislation right now where farmers, look, they know better. They work with them for years. You had cases where, not here, but just even over the years, where people have worked for a farm on a farm for 14, 15 years, and they get thrown out pretty viciously. And we can't do it. We got to work with the farmers and people that have hotels and leisure properties too. We're going to work with them, and we're going to work very strong and smart. And we're going to put you in charge. We're going to make you responsible. And I think that that's going to make a lot of people happy. Now, serious radical right people, who I also happen to like a lot, they may not be quite as happy, but they'll understand, won't they? Do you think so?
You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. I'd rather talk about the success we have. Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you planning to send more weapons to Ukraine?
We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now.
You know what, Trump? I'm glad the Democrats aren't in, and I like a lot of the success you're having, and we're all having together. And your statements about, you people that bring this up don't even deserve to be involved in this movement. You are excommunicata. You are henceforth ex cathedra from the mouth of the God King. You are expelled from the Church of the Holy Golden Toad, Donald John Trump. Well, I was never in the Church of the Holy Golden Toad. I do like you being a maverick, standing up for the country. We have the same enemies. I respect your stamina and courage. Been a big cheerleader when I agree with what you're doing. But if I'm being excommunicated, let me be clear, I was never in your church to be excommunicated. So you can't excommunicate me because I was never in your church. I was never in a cult.
All right, guys, a lot going on. A lot of crazy stuff going on, right? Now, that was Alex Jones from InfoWars, if you don't know. Probably one of the biggest Trump supporters ever. Most likely got Trump elected in 2016. Sacrificed everything. He was charged for like $2 billion fine or whatever. That whole debacle. Now, I'm not going to go through Alex's resume, but I couldn't have said it better myself, right? When Trump does good, I'm going to support him and congratulate him. But I'm also going to point out shady stuff. And if I see something going wrong or lies being told, I'm going to direct people to that as well and shed light on that. Because I'm a truth seeker and a truth teller, right? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a MAGA person. I'm not one of these team player shill people. I'm a child of God. I follow my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I read my Bible, and that's what I'm loyal to 100%. That's what I trust 100%, and that's it. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of switch it up with this video. I'm going to just give a little brief synopsis of why I'm doing this, who I am, and why I think it's worth checking me out, okay? Subscribing to this channel, what I mean. But, right, so this is why. When I wanted to start this channel 5-6 years ago, right? I've been very passionate about politics my entire life. I've always been a noticer and a truth teller. But 5-6 years ago, when I was first talking about this with my dad, who you keep seeing on the screen too, I told him, look, I really want to do this YouTube thing. But at the same time, I just, just because there's a platform to put myself on, I didn't feel like that was enough for me to actually put myself on a platform and start telling other people how to think and what to believe and how to live and giving people advice and influencing people, right? Unlike all these other people, they think, oh, here's my soapbox and everybody should hear my opinion. Well, I happen to believe that old saying, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one, right? What that means is your opinion doesn't matter, okay? Nobody cares about your opinion. We're in this weird timeline here where everybody thinks their word is so valuable, but I didn't think mine was, right? So I spent the last 5 years doing research and diving into all this and learning every single thing there is to know about politics and culture and how it works and why it works the way it is. And I wanted to be able to speak from a place of authority, they call it, right? To have some knowledge, to actually know what I'm talking about before I felt confident in sharing my views and opinions with everyone else and trying to kind of influence other people to think the way I do and really just the truth. That's all this is about for me. It's just about the truth, okay? So I just want to point people to the truth, right? And I'm just an honest person. You can trust me. I'm sure everybody's going to say that, but I'm trying to kind of explain why you can trust me. Okay. So I wasn't going to just sit here and put my voice out there as if I'm someone important, but now trust me, I am deep into this stuff. Another thing is, I'm a Christian and I'm a real Christian. Okay. I've been saying I'm a Christian my entire life, but recently, very recently, I found that the Bible says it's not that easy. Okay. The path is narrow. Barely anyone's getting in, right? You have to stop sinning. There's no longer a sacrifice if you're willfully sinning. So I am actively trying not to sin in my life anymore. Okay. And part of that is not lying. Now, I've never been a liar. Okay. The only lies I've ever told were I used to cheat on my girlfriends a long time ago. And I regret that. But I stopped that. I broke that whole saying of once a cheater, always a cheater. I didn't cheat on my last girlfriend. And she was the only one I didn't cheat on, but still, I actually fell in love with that girl and I did not cheat on her. And I'm an honest person. I've always been honest other than that. And I probably shouldn't even go on a tangent with that, so I won't. But I'm honest. That's the thing. And you can trust what I'm telling you. And not only because I'm saying it, but because my Christianity is going to keep me in that realm of conviction, right? So, and like I said, I'm being a real Christian now. Of course I sin every day, but I'm trying not to sin at all anymore. And this channel is going to play a big part in that. And what I mean by that is like, I'm going to have to really be checking myself a lot more than usual. Okay. I want to make sure I'm bringing good, valuable information. So yeah, I'm loyal to God and my faith is in Jesus Christ. And the point of me doing this is to just expose lies and tell the truth. And no matter who's doing the lying, I'm going to expose it. Now, you might be wondering, what is this stuff playing in the background? You've probably seen it if you watched my last couple videos. Well, this is me showing that I was a huge Trump supporter. I was all in for Trump, okay? Almost like a loyalty test here. I'm just, before you go say, oh, he's some Democrat, all right? I'm the furthest thing, okay? I look at everyone as a right brain or a left brain. I'm definitely not a left brain. And the more you watch my content, the more you'll realize it. But I'm putting this here because I have been calling out Trump on this stuff recently. And I'm not diving into the details of the Epstein stuff or any of that. My thing is I'm focused on his reaction to all this. Okay, the reactions he's giving are very shady to me. Okay, an innocent person doesn't lash at you, right? Trump's been lashing. He's been sending out tweets. Well, not tweets, but his Truth Social account. He's been sending out posts that are like lashings, right? First, it was the Pam Bondi one, right? We call her Pam Blondie. He was telling everyone, stop blaming her. She's not going to be the scapegoat. She's doing a great job. Yet none of his supporters thought so. And a lot of people on YouTube were just using her as a scapegoat. And I called that out yesterday. And I put out a video yesterday. I tried to make a YouTube short. They got to be 3 minutes. There's a lot of parameters. So I had to put it on 1.3 times speed. So it's a really fast video, probably hard to understand. I spent the day yesterday really thinking about the future of this channel. And I realized I'm very deep in this stuff. So I'm noticing I'm using code words. I'm saying allegedly a lot, but these are things that if you're not that deep in this yet, trust me, they have to be done that way. I don't have millions of dollars. So if I'm going to start talking the truth, like Candace and Tucker and Mark Dice, they all have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week security teams. I do have a nice Ring security system. I have cameras looking at everything I own, but I'm just not there yet. And I don't have the following yet to really make a outroar if my car just blows up driving down the road next week. So, I will be cautious of that just for the safety of myself and my family. Certain topics I'm not going to touch, but I feel like there's way bigger channels. You can go to them for that information. And you'll notice if you watch my videos, I'm not looking for clout and clicks, okay? So I don't make a story or a video the first day the story breaks like everybody else. I like to step back, give it a couple days, let all the facts come in, and, get both sides of the story. And that way I can bring you a more accurate, full piece in the end. And then another thing is, you'll notice that my brain's a little different than other people. So I usually see something different in the story, just like the Epstein thing. When I first called it out the day after it happened, I was talking about how it's going to lose us, the normies, the people in the middle. And I pointed out Asmongold, who's still making videos about the Epstein stuff every single day with his millions and millions of followers. Okay, that's what I got out of it. I said, we're going to lose the middle. Trump's going to be gone in 3.5 years, guys. He's just trying to build his legacy right now. I'm not sure how concerned he is with what we want anymore. Okay, he's talking about not getting rid of all the illegals now, right? Just the ones on the farms, the restaurants, and the leisure properties. Hello, that's what they all came here for. Okay, they come for those jobs, and they take them from us, and they drive the wages down. He's like, oh well, the farmers know better. Now, first of all, my dad right there, his best friend is a farmer, and I grew up surrounded by farms in a little farm town in New Jersey, okay? Feeding cows and horses, riding my bicycle down the road, all right? That's what the life I'm used to. I love farmers. I've wanted a farm my entire life. I wish I had a farm, trust me. But It's slave labor, okay? They pay under the table like $5 an hour to these guys. Of course they want them here. Of course they're going to tell President Trump, it's going to ruin my business if I lose them. Yeah. If I have to hire Americans who want American wages, a living wage, then yeah, it might affect your business. But sorry, we all got to sacrifice here. Because if you don't do it, then we're the ones sacrificing. So now us who don't have multi-million-dollar farms, we have to go get some job making less money because you have a bunch of illegals working for you. So, that's what started this whole illegal immigration thing anyway, was the low wages. So you can't tell me that Trump and his administration just realized, they were going around all before the election saying, we're going to deport all the illegals. All of them got to go. And at least all the ones Joe Biden brought in. But the supporters want even more than that gone. Some of them are saying they don't want any legal immigration anymore. Okay. People were serious about this. You cannot tell me that he just found out, oh my goodness, would you look here? Guys, they work on farms though, and in restaurants and in hotels. And these people need them to work for $5 an hour under the table. We can't get rid of them. Like, no way they didn't already know this and think about the implications of getting rid of these people. So, that's ridiculous. It's a bad excuse, and we're not having it. And then the Epstein thing. He wants to act like, why are you guys talking about this? I don't know. You, your whole family, your whole administration were going around for years talking about it, calling out the people who weren't bringing it out at that time. And now he wants to say, oh, it's just another cover-up story like the Russia hoax. No, it's not. It's like Steele dossier. No, it's not. It's created by the Democrats. What? No, dude, this is nothing new. Like, we know what's going on here. You guys were just talking about releasing all this stuff like a month ago. There was people on Piers Morgan from the administration saying it. Pam Bondi all over Fox News saying it. Okay, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm not sure why they're not releasing it, but I know the response to people being confused is very shady. Okay, he's now saying you're his past supporters and you're stupid and you're weaklings. So the people who are going to continue shilling, just know that they've sold their souls to this guy. Okay, blind loyalty to this man who has already turned on them. He's not loyal to us anymore, guys. Okay, you heard him. He's calling us radical right now. If you want all the illegals deported, that makes you radical right, which is crazy. And sure, I'm radical right, I guess. Whatever. And then the third thing now, he's talking about we're going to give a bunch of weapons to Ukraine now to continue the Russia-Ukraine war that he said he was going to end on day one. And now, we all knew that was a lie, but we've been letting him get away with these little white lies and fibs, right? We know, oh, he exaggerates, right? That's just Trump. And I was fine with that too. And I knew day one, obviously, that's not going to happen. But, he's our guy and he's just a little rambunctious and he exaggerates a lot. And we're fine with that. But now these are just becoming full-blown lies now, right? It's like, okay, now he's not going to get rid of the illegals. Now he's not going to give us the Epstein stuff. And now he's going to give money to Ukraine again. So what the heck is going on here? And I'm going to call these things out. And he can disown me if he wants. But like Alex Jones just said, I'm not in your church, bruh. Sorry. I'm with Jesus, man. That's it. And I'm for honesty. Elon Musk talking about starting an America party. I want to start an honesty party. How about that? Honesty party, and we'll take whoever wants the truth on our side. And that's it. But anyway, I'm going on. I know I go on tangents, but I hope that can be appreciated too. I did want to mention that, okay? I don't do these jump cut videos. Look, even that, I should be editing that out. I forgot to crop that last picture. I just added it in. That's me and my dad with the Air Force One behind us at the Trump rally. All right, rest in peace. My dad, man, he's the best guy. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but that's who you're seeing in some of these pictures, man. And he was with me, and he's the one who got me thinking the way I think. I mean, I kind of think it was natural, but my dad, man, he's law enforcement, retired lieutenant. I come from law enforcement family, and my dad was a huge Republican, Fox News watcher, Hannity. And when he saw me on Hannity in that picture that you guys see back here, that was like one of the best things ever. He loved that. I was on Fox and Friends too. That's when I crashed a Biden event. But anyway, yeah, I go on tangents and I don't do jump cuts. Okay, most of these videos you see, it's cut. That's the person who, they're not authentic. They're not giving you their raw emotion. I'm speaking from the heart and what's on top of my mind, and that's it. And I'm not going back making sure every sentence has to be perfect. I mean, I imagine these people are probably in the mirror for 2 hours before they even start recording. Look, I make sure I'm not looking too crazy, right? I run a toothbrush. I brush my teeth, so there's nothing in my teeth. There you go. That's my guilty pleasure, I guess you could say, type of thing. That's what I do. I don't want stuff in my teeth, obviously. But no, I'm not sitting here. I do edit the videos. If you see a cut, it's because I went on a tangent a little too long, and I'm like, okay, that's got to get cut. Or maybe I'm stumbling over my words too much, and I stutter a lot, and I'll cut that out. That's it. Those are the only only cuts you're going to see from me. And I hope that's appreciated at some point. Like, I'm just giving you the truth. So yeah, I'm speaking from a place of authority now after 5 years of research and studying and learning. I'm speaking as a Christian who's practicing, trying not to sin at all right now. I'm reading my Bible every day, and not just a verse here and there. I'm reading chapter by chapter, and I have a John MacArthur study Bible that explains every chapter. So I read a chapter, and then I read all the explanation. And if you're a Christian, you probably know who John MacArthur is. Talk about speaking from authority. So I'm learning from John MacArthur right now in a John MacArthur study Bible. So, you know, I'm trying to be a very good Christian right now, and you should be able to trust that. All right. And yeah, the other thing is I don't chop up all my videos, and I'm not worried about what I look like. Okay. I'm worried about my safety. You know, so I might watch what I talk about because of that, because this stuff is real, man. These guys are allegedly criminals. Okay. And people's cars just explode, and people end up ending themselves in the most shocking, weird, unbelievable ways. So I don't want that to happen to me, but I do believe I'm on God's path right now. That's the other thing. If you're not sinning, you can be confident you're on God's path. So even if something bad happens in your life, as long as you're not sinning, you know, okay, this was God's plan for me. So I can have peace and confidence knowing that this struggle is meant to be. And you know, strength comes from adversity. You're not going to have a perfect life. I believe God has a path for all of us, and it's a good path. And if you don't sin and follow his word, you can be on that path. But because he gave us a free will, he partially limited his power, gave us a free will in a world controlled by Satan, as the Bible tells us, then you can sin and get off that path that God has laid out for you. Now, if you're having trouble and struggling, you better be afraid, because now you're on your own path with Satan. You're not doing anything God had intended for you. So that settles that whole debate too. Is it free will, or is it all predetermined? God set it all out. That's what I think it is. God did set it out. We all have a good path we could take from God, but you also have free will, so you can choose to walk off of that path. But anyway, that's another tangent. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys the latest on Trump calling his supporters all these names and getting really mad about us wanting to know the truth. And I kind of just wanted to put this on the record that this is going to be a channel that offers truth no matter what, and calls out lies no matter who's telling them. All right. So I hope you can have confidence in that. And there was one other thing too that just clicked in my head. Darn it. Anyway, yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy the content. All right, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And look, that was it. I spent years praying about this, okay? This is another thing. This is why I truly believe this is where God wants me, because I spent a couple years praying to God and begging him, let me know if this isn't what you want for me, then put me where I need to be. And now that I am trying to be a real Christian, I feel like this is where God wants me to be. I truly believe that. And if not, then I won't be doing this, and you won't see me soon. And I'll be content, because I'll know I'm where God wants me to be. So right now, I believe I'm doing God's work, you could say, right? I say that in the humblest way, okay? But yes, that's what I feel. That's what I truly believe that. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm special at all. None of us are special. That's the last thing. I'll end it on this, okay? I notice a huge ego problem in America. All right, everybody's so ego-driven, so worried about looking dumb or being proved wrong. Like, I don't care about any of that stuff, okay? We are all nobodies, all right? We're little tiny ants, okay? And God is the supreme being, and God is the only one you need to be worried about looking good for. So, you know, you're not going to get any of that from me. I'm very humble and selfless, and that's what this mission is. And all right, I'm going to get off the soapbox now. I just want to put that out there because, okay, this is really the last thing. Because I've been calling out things for the last 15 years before they happen, and I'm very tired of hearing what I said a week or a day ago being said on my TV by someone else. That happens constantly, daily for me. I hear my TV say things that I say, literally sometimes right after I say it. My best friend, he knows he's the one person who does know the truth, that I've been calling all these things, especially the last 5 years. And I know everybody's awake now, and that's good. I'm not doing this because I'm mad about it. We have awakened a lot of people, but still, most people don't really know the depths of this stuff, okay? I've been in the depths. I've been in the trenches for years now. I know the dirty details, and I'm going to bring them to you, and I know how to spot the truth, and I know how things are working and why they're working the way they are. All that stuff I already said. But yes, okay, no ego here. Only the truth, and I need these things on record now. I'm tired of, it's also a little bit of my past, kind of like a trauma type thing, which I won't get into now, but yeah, I have like a point to prove here, man. I really need it to be on record that I'm calling these things way before they happen, and that's just a personal thing for me. But I think you can find some confidence in that too, like, yeah, this guy is on a mission, and anytime I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I love to learn. You don't learn unless you're willing to change your ideas based on new facts. So, you know, I'm in search for wisdom and knowledge. I am not some stubborn, arrogant fool who thinks I can't be told anything. Please, if I get something wrong, let me know. I'll look into it. I want to know why I got it wrong, how I got it wrong, what can I change to make sure I don't get it wrong in the future. I'm very open to constructive criticism. So have at it. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. Not one jump cut in this video. That's one full speech without a breath, well, without a cut in it. I'm going to post it as is, even that crazy girlfriend talk, all right? Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. If you're still here, you are a real one. You're a G, and I appreciate that. And one day, hopefully I can return the favor somehow. All right, guys. I'll see you later on, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to be putting out more content soon. I'm trying to put out another short video tonight talking about Stephen Colbert getting canceled because he's a loser. Anyway, all right, guys. We'll see you on the next one on America's Reality 360, and I'll catch you later.